So what we're going to do here tonight is we're going to talk a bit about the scary aspect of it, because it is so fun to be scary right around Halloween. But the seriousness of this is that we have got to get 37 passed so that we simply get to have our own choice in terms of what it is we want to eat. So we're here tonight to educate ourselves and to actually get out and mobilize folks to vote yes on 37. Of colony collapse. And we think of bees, we think of my species as the canary in the coal mine. Without the bees, we do not have real agriculture. You may or may not know this, but I dictate to all of my drones to get out there and to pollinate. To move from one beautiful flower and pick some of that pollen, and I get it on my body and I get it on my legs and I eat some of it, and I move to the next flower and I pollinate, and the result of that are beautiful almonds and peaches and beautiful fruits, and that's how we have natural food to eat. Unfortunately, through GMOs, a lot of you folks out there have been genetically engineered. And it's scary because as my species goes out to eat some of your beautiful pollen, unfortunately that pollen has been genetically engineered as well. And sometimes I can't get enough to eat. Sometimes I don't get the proper nutrients that I need, and I don't get fat enough to keep me going through the winter, and some springtime comes and my people die. Oh. No, I am the canary in the coal mine. So are GMOs killing my species? We don't know. It doesn't matter. All we're doing is asking for GMOs to be labeled. I want to be able to pick and choose what I eat. Prop 37 doesn't even take a position on the safety of GMOs. It doesn't even take a position. All it says is label. I read a study. I read the polling results from the San Francisco Chronicle. 44% of Californians support Proposition 37. Only 44%. 42% do not support 37. 13% are undecided. It's the 13% that we have 8 days to convince and mobilize that GMOs need to be labeled. Simply labeled. Don't get into arguments with your friends and family about the safety of GMOs. We just want it labeled. And as you all know, 37 started in Chico, and it has expanded across the state. So we have Amanda Beauchart, who is here to represent the Proposition 37 statewide effort. So let's get Amanda up here.
Woo! Thank you, B-Woman.
Thanks so much for coming, you guys. This has been quite an experience for me. I've been volunteering on this campaign with Pam Larry for almost 10 months now. Volunteering, free. We have lots of volunteers in Chico. We need to get this labeled. We need to follow the path of 61 other countries around the world that believe and have made this a law. And California is being watched by the entire world right now. We have a chance to make change for the entire nation. We need to get out there. We need to talk to people. What I'm asking you to do tonight, I need you to take action. You're here because you feel like this is an important issue. You want to see these foods labeled. I want to see these foods labeled. What I'm asking you to do, we have our booth over here. We have our volunteers standing right over here. I have thousands of flyers and information, and I need you to grab some. I need you to pick up a huge stack, and I need you to go out to your neighborhoods and knock on doors and talk to all of your neighbors and your friends. This is it. We have 8 days until November 6th. If we don't do this, we are falling behind. We have got to stay up with the other 61 countries. So I ask you, I am begging you, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually begging you. I have put so much time and energy into this issue. I've seen a lot of you come out and support, but I haven't seen enough of you. I really want to see more of you. Grab these papers, take them out to your neighborhood, and spread the word. You know what happened with Proposition 67, the cigarette law? Basically, it was denied because per county, we had 67 people that did not vote in favor of that law passing. And if that happens with Proposition 37, we are going to lose. And so that is just basically you going out and chatting with your neighbors and really getting them to understand the issue. And it is a labeling law, and it is not going to cost anybody any more money, and it's going to protect us in the future and protect us from Monsanto. And I know we didn't want to hear that nasty word, but really,
it's true.
We are in a fight, so let's win this fight. And I'm asking you to support Proposition 37. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Woo! Come back here, you. Yes. Oh, thank you.
In terms of organics, Too late in terms of nature. Too late for the bees. We need to start thinking proactively. Another argument I hear often is, it's safe. See, it's safe. You need to prove that they're dangerous. The reality is, I do not have to prove anything. If you want to sell your garbage, you have to prove that it's safe, and you have not. So while you're waiting to figure out how to prove that it's safe, label so I can make a decision. It is time for us to label properly so that I know what I'm eating. Yes, on 37. That is why we're here, and this is what we need to do. We have 8 days left. We have 8 days to convince that 13% that is undecided.
Children will see something beautiful and want to eat it. Don't you want this? Oh, you are smart children. Yay! Thank you, parents. But there's a lot of other people who see something beautiful like this and will say it must be better. But they don't know what's inside of it. We need to know. We need to have our food labeled. We need to be informed consumers. We need to vote yes on 37.
Ann Schwab Stone is such a thoughtful person. Randall has helped people to plan their future as CEO of a financial management company. He's led the effort to build 75 units of affordable housing so that
proposition. You know, I go up and down the state, and I talk to some friends and business associates throughout the state, and they've heard of Prop 37. But I'm sure many of you know here that this proposition started here in Chico, and it's something that I'm very proud of, and you all should be proud of as well. Pam Larry early on during this campaign, and this one seems like a no-brainer, and I'm sure that's the same way you all feel. It's an absolute no-brainer. Put the label on the material that we're buying. We want to know what it is that we're buying. It seems so simple, and yet so easy for people to throw $40 million at a campaign in order to fight this. When I think about labeling of products and what people are saying about it's okay for you, everything will be fine, you don't need to know if there's GMOs in these products. You remember a time 4 out of 5 doctors recommended Marlboro cigarettes?
What year was that?
Right. GMOs are just fine. Now we don't know, and we weren't going to bash GMOs, but I want to know whether I'm smoking tobacco or whether I'm eating my Wheaties. Tell me what it is that I've got when I go to the grocery store. I'd appreciate your support for council. It's kind of a separate issue. My name's Randall Stone. As Sue mentioned earlier, I'm an affordable housing developer and professional financial manager.
I didn't know we were
Tammy Ritter. Tammy Ritter.
I'm going to pump those out just for a minute. So I'm going to talk a little bit about horror stories. We're hearing a lot of horror stories around Prop 37. So the first one I heard about was salmon mixed with eel genes. Who's heard about this? Oh, yeah. Oh, you told me about it, Diane. I know you heard about it. What about the ham with human genes? Yeah, does that sound scary to anybody else besides the vegetarians in the crowd? It's frightening. They're trying to scare us into not voting for this proposition. They're trying to tell us that it's going to cost us $400 or more a month simply to put a label on our food. They're already labeling our food with other things. How could it possibly cost that much more to tell us whether or not there's a genetically modified organism in there?
Sounds like monkey jive.
It does. I agree. So let's not be fooled. Let's tell them what we want and let's demand that we get it. This is how we have our voices heard, right? We have the opportunity to vote. We need to use it. And we need to encourage everyone that we know to get out and to vote. It is our right to know what we are putting in our bodies. So, Randall, it's not a separate issue. The city council candidates you're going to hear tonight are the people who represent your values. They're the people who represent what is important to you. So make sure you get out and vote. I'm Tammy Ritter. Please vote for me. Vote yes on 37.
Aho.
Good to see all these
people out here, especially the children. Because the children is the reason that I am supporting Prop 37 along with all of us. I have a granddaughter growing up here in Chico now, and I know how her mother would want to know what Evelyn is eating. That would be so important to her, just like it would be so important to all the other moms and dads out here. What are your children putting in their mouths, and what has been done to it? Why is it that 50 other countries throughout the world are labeling their products and no place in the United States, and California is asking to be the first one? We should be no different than those 50 other countries. In fact, I pulled up something on Monsanto today. The United Kingdom has been doing this for years. In the United Kingdom, Monsanto's ad runs under the heading food labeling. It has Monsanto's full support. Why can't we get the support that we want here in California? So, when you go out and vote next Tuesday, I know I'm ready to vote. I am really ready for this to be over. Remember, there are 4 progressive candidates that support your values and want to support Chico the way it is. Mayor Ann Schwab, Tammy Ritter, and Randall Stone, and myself, Kimberly Russo. Thank you.
Expert on GMOs. He is a senior scientist for the Food and Agriculture Program at the Union for Concerned Scientists, and I asked him, what is the safety of GMOs? And he said, at best, equivocal. The studies are equivocal. They don't prove anything one way or another. He said the studies done on GMOs are done by Monsanto, and the results of their studies say it's safe. How do we know what is safe? So I asked this senior scientist from the Union of Concerned Scientists, is it safe? And he said, we don't know, I don't think so. What he also said was there are so many better ways that we use our resources to produce more food, to produce healthier food. He said, imagine this. Instead of using genetically modified organisms, he said, we take the same resources and the same time and we build our soils.
Yes.
We actually stop depleting our soils. He said the result of actually building our soils and caring for our environment produces more, better results than modifying organisms, than tapping into genetically engineered organisms. It's silly. The easiest, cheapest way of actually getting more products, more food out of our environment is by treating our environment with love and kindness. We need to at least get our foods labeled, and we can talk about the science later. So don't even engage in conversation about safety with your friends. Just get our food labeled for now. We'll work on the rest after the election. So we're going to turn now to our costume contest.
I think that's it. I have something about a cross between a mermaid and a fish. That's the sweet award right there.
You win in my book.
Oh, thanks. It's very hot.
Yes, okay.
Very hot in there.
Spondylitis, toxic infectious symptoms, and the husk of my former self. Take heed of my haunting here tonight. This is a warning that you must stop the destruction of pure seed and repent your wrongdoing. You must do all you can to get GMOs labeled. You must vote yes on Prop 37. If you do not, your end may be near, just as mine is. Look into my face, that you may understand your destiny if you continue with your foolish ways. It's not nice to tell you that. And everybody, one more time on stage.
Izzy of our radio. So as the judges are tabulating the winners of the very scary GMOs and the authentic GMOs and the imaginative GMOs. We have some serious business to talk about. Again, we have 8 days to turn that 13% into Yes on 37. And another guy from our local Yes on 37 campaign is Mark, who's going to tell you exactly why it's so critical, what we're up against, and how you can get involved.
Hello, Chico! We may not have $42 million, but we do have the truth. Okay, we need everybody out there pushing it. What you do, go to the table and don't grab one flyer, grab 10, grab 20, and just give them out. Go talk to people. We need to keep an open conversation going. We can't let these guys buy our votes. We can't let them win with money.
There you go. Bend over.
Us. We got a lot of work to do. There are flyers at the table over there. Grab a bunch, pass them out, talk to your friends and family. Don't get into an argument about the safety. Just talk about the fact that we need our food labeled. Do it now. Get the word out. We're up against a whole bunch of money and of the contest. Once again, Wolf Thumb for leading the march, for opening the rally, for providing some atmosphere. Thanks to the judges, Ann Schwab, Kimberly Rudisell, and Randall Stone, and also to Tammy Ritter for getting up here and actually having the guts to run for city council for principles that we believe in. So thanks to those folks. Woo! And as I mentioned, as I call out the winners of the 3 categories, I want to give thanks to Chico Natural Foods, who offered up the prizes. Where are the prizes? Category, the scariest GMO. If I could have a drum roll, please. And the scariest prize goes to the Ghost of Corn Pass. And the second category, the most authentic GMO. Corn flu! You're the most imaginative. Baby corn! For all the folks that dressed up. And as we leave tonight, grab a handful of information. We have 8 days to turn this around. We have got to pass this, because the truth is, how California goes, so goes the nation. We have 8 days, Yes on 37. Thank you so much for being here. And if we could get one last song to dance us out of here. Thanks so much to Wolf Thumb. Thanks for coming out. Please vote Yes on 37. And good night. Thanks, Wolf Thumb.
The importance of this issue goes beyond genetically modified foods. It goes into the basic foundation of how we nurture and support our growth towards the future and our children. And the fact that we have to fight for our basic rights leads question to the way in which democracy has evolved and how we actually support and take back our civic base is through stepping up and taking action where our vote matters. Prop 37, your vote matters.